All right, we're talking eggs this month, so I'm out here with the chickens. These girls lay me about an egg a day. We have 4 of them, so it's more than enough eggs for my family to eat. It's a lot of fun to have them with the girls and stuff. But I just wanted to show you the basic egg preparations. See how noisy these girls are gonna get. Hey babies. Haven't fed them yet. But let's just start with basic eggs. I like to get good eggs, get the best ones you can get. Best fresh, local farm is great, but if you can just get eggs from the store, just get an organic, free range, nice one. So for pans, I like to use a non-stick pan, or if you can use a cast iron skillet, that would be great. It takes a little more skill with the cast iron skillet, so just practice a bit and you'll get that down. The other trick is low heat. If it heat's too high and then it gets burnt, gets that brown color, has that weird egg taste. I don't like that at all. So low heat, pan on. I'm just gonna put a little bit of butter. You can use olive oil or non-stick cooking spray, but I like butter the best, has a better taste, especially in the morning. So a little bit of butter just to coat the pan. If you have too much in there, just take some out. And then I'm just gonna crack a nice egg in a bowl and pour that in the pan. I'm gonna start with an over easy egg. So we just want to cook that about 1 to 2 minutes. Pull in the sides of the egg if it gets too thin. If the egg spreads out, it'll overcook on the side. So I kind of pull that part in, keep a nice shape, and also keep it nice and thick. Then once you feel like it's cooked kind of halfway through, all you got to do is flip that over. I use a really thin spatula. Carefully flip it over. Try not to break that yolk. And then it's just 1 minute on the other side. If you want to over medium, just cook it a little bit more. Check your yolk, you can kind of touch it and feel how runny it is. And then just slide that on a plate, a little toast, and you're good. Next thing I'm gonna do is an over hard. This seems really easy, but a lot of restaurants mess this up because they use too high heat and it gets that really brown, and they think you want your egg cooked, you want your egg cooked completely through, but you don't want it all brown and hard. Hey babies. So again, low heat, a little butter in the pan. I'll crack my egg in a bowl, pour it on. The only difference here is I'm going to break the yolk. So right away I'm going to break this yolk, and then I'm just going to pull the egg from the outside in just like before. Let that cook halfway, and then I'm just going to flip it. This one's easier to flip because you don't have to worry about breaking the yolk. So give that a nice flip. You can use a spatula, whatever works for you. A couple minutes on the other side, you can feel it. It's cooked all the way through, done. A lot of uses for this. Now let's go with the classic omelet. Same thing, low heat on this, pan on, a little butter in the pan. I'm just gonna crack a couple eggs. 2 eggs is definitely plenty for an omelet. 3 eggs gets to be a bit much for me, but also it makes it a little more difficult to make. So it's gonna be a quick omelet, 2 eggs, whisk those up. Then you're just gonna pour that in. Same deal, pull it in from the sides. I do this kind of scramble method, so I'm scrambling it, I'm shaking the pan, I'm pulling in the egg from the sides, keeping the shape, scramble it again, pull it in, and just kind of keep doing that until it looks like your omelet's all together. It's a nice shape you want. And then spread out the egg on the top, let that kind of cook, keep the heat low. And then once it's mostly cooked, but you still got a little creaminess on the top, you're just gonna roll that up, do kind of classic omelet fold, put that on a plate, nice and creamy inside. Perfectly done, no brown on the outside at all. All right, next omelet I want to do is if you want to add some fillings or something, and I'm gonna show you this flip style. So if you want your omelet cooked completely through this, do this style. So we're gonna do the same thing, butter in the pan, low heat, whisk a couple eggs, pour them in, do my little scramble shake method, pull in the outside, and then once you feel confident and you put your spatula underneath, make sure it's not sticking anywhere, and just give it a real hard flip. That's basically gonna be done on the other side now, so just add your fillings. I add some Parmesan cheese, whatever cheese you want. If you got cooked bacon, sauteed mushrooms, all the fillings. Just gonna put those on, we're gonna roll it up, you're done. All right, now we're moving on to poached eggs. Poached eggs are pretty easy, but a lot of people get intimidated by it. So basically what you wanna do is just get some water going. Key here is to add vinegar. So we're gonna put in some vinegar. You can check the amounts on the recipe below. So you're gonna bring that up, but you don't wanna go to boil. It's called poaching temperature. You can check with a thermometer, get it to the right temperature, or basically what you're looking for is just bubbles. Bubbles are coming up, but it's not boiling, not rolling at all. So once you feel that's good, crack an egg in a bowl, a ramekin, anything. And I like to use this twirl method. So what I do is I get my whisk and I start twirling the water around. Twirl, twirl, and then just pour the egg right in the middle there. And what that's gonna do is kind of keep the egg together and get kind of a cool shape on it. Now we're just gonna let this poach, make sure it doesn't come up to a boil. You can kind of check it sometimes, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan, and go for about 3-4 minutes, just depends on how you like your yolk. You can pull it up, check it, touch it. If it feels too soft, let it go a little longer. You can cook this soft, runny, you can cook it all the way through any way you want, just to let it keep going. And then you're just gonna take that out, use a slotted spoon, kind of use a paper towel to get the excess moisture off, and then we'll just put that on a plate, on some toast, eggs Benedict. So many ways to use this. I love it at lunch, like with a salad. Put it on top of some sauteed kale. That's all great. Poached eggs are amazing. Wow, it just bit me.